Hi, you're watching A Few Minutes with Tim. I'm your host, Tim Dodge, and I want to talk to you today, again, about the COVID-19 pandemic. We've been getting a lot of calls here at the Big I New York offices over the last few days. Members are starting to see positive cases pop up amongst their staff, and people are calling up wondering what they should do. Well, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear that this has hit your office, and I certainly hope everyone is eventually able to recover fully and is safe and well. While there is no one-size-fits-all approach when something like this happens in your office, there are a few basic steps, and we have resources on our website that I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but let me go through those basic steps now. First of all, if somebody reports to you that they have tested positive, it's very important that you keep that person out of your workplace until they're COVID negative. Keep the employee home. If they get sick while they're on the job, send them home immediately, but keep them off-site, keep them away from others. Next thing you need to do is notify your staff. They have a right to know that they've been working with somebody who has tested positive so that they can take appropriate steps to protect themselves or find out whether they've been affected. You need to advise your staff as to where the infected employee was and what days, what times. To the extent that you can, keep the identity of the ill employee confidential. That can be easier said than done. If you are in a 100-person office, that might be easier. I got a call the other day, though, from a member with a staff of 5. If you have a staff of 5 and one person isn't there and you tell the rest of the staff that somebody tested positive, it's not going to take a whole lot of candle power for them to figure out who the infected employee was. But to the extent you can keep that person's identity confidential, you need to do so. Contact your local health department. Every county health department should have a web page, probably with a page, one or more pages dedicated to COVID-19, and instructions on how to contact them if you have a positive case. Follow those instructions. Do what the county health department advises you to do. While it may or may not be necessary for you to close the office, you do need to the extent that you can, cordon off any areas where the affected employee worked. Again, if you're a small insurance agency with just a handful of employees, that may be the whole office. If you're a larger office and the employee who became ill was confined really to only one fraction of the space there, then you can cordon off that area and then get set to clean. In the case of the member who called me the other day, she was planning to have the entire office cleaned. And in a small insurance agency, that's probably the best thing to do because that person could have been anywhere in the office. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the New York State government offer guidelines for cleaning, how to thoroughly clean a workplace and keep it sanitary for other employees. Now, if you do have to clean the whole office, then it might be prudent to keep everybody off-site until you get that place cleaned. And cleaning services, I think, probably are used to having to do this by now. If your cleaning service doesn't have that expertise, then it may be necessary for you to find somebody who does know how to do it. And lastly, I want to point you to the coronavirus page on the Big I New York website, bigy.ny.org. We have a lot of resources there, including to the CDC guidelines, the state guidelines, information from our human resources consulting firm, Affinity HR Group, and other webinars and slideshows and things like that we have done since this pandemic started to help you cope with it. So I would really encourage you to log into the website. You do need to log in and take a look at those resources and see if there's something there that can help you. And of course, we are here to answer your questions, whatever they may be about COVID. If we don't know the answer, we'll try and find out for you. But this is serious. The numbers are spiking all over the country, all over the state. We are settling in for what experts seem to think is going to be a pretty tough winter, and so we need to get, if not ahead of this, we need to at least keep pace with it and take whatever steps we need to keep our offices safe if we find out that somebody on staff has gotten sick. And the odds are that a lot of you, a lot of us, a lot of your members, our members, are going to run into this situation. I'm sorry to say that, but it appears to be the case, at least for the next couple of months. I hope you found this somewhat helpful. I'm going to have links to some of the information I've mentioned here in the show notes, so take a look at those. And Until next time, you've been watching A Few Minutes with Tim. My name is Tim Dodge, and thank you for watching.